Are we live? Can everybody hear us? What's up?
What's happening, everybody's YouTube world?
Let me know if you can hear me and see me. Hey.
That's right. She's married to me. You know.
This is Ron.
Hi there.
She did. Wasn't able to keep the eyes open for a second live show. Oh, hey, Garrett. Yeah. Hopefully you can stay awake. All right. So y'all can see us and hear us pretty good. We're loud enough. This is all, you know, we're learning. Awesome.
Sweet.
Awesome. Hey, John. All right, let's click through here. I got a faulty mouse, so hopefully I can make this work. DNR small engine. Pinball. How y'all doing tonight? Garrett, you came in early. Thank you so much. John Egan. Pat the sound guy. Hey, dude. We're going to have some good conversations with the sound guy tonight. Chops Bearded, thanks for hanging out. Dave Linger Jr., hello. Dave Har, we got, how many people we got in here right now? I don't know, it doesn't tell me. Mowers and Blowers, I think he just popped out, but he'll be coming back. Stevie, Shady Trading Post, my boy from down under, Greg, Rob, Tim Turner, Grass Cutter Palmer, Joe Ortiz. Thank you so much for all your kind comments, Joe. And we will get to your question there. Rick Thillian, hello. How you doing tonight? Ooh, everything just popped. Got John there. Iron Duke 501, hello. Kentucky boy. Tim MC, hey. Scott Johnson, John Rhodes. Mower Medic, what's up, dude? All right, let's see. Larry Keener, hello. William, thank you for moderating for me. Cooking with the Kid, thanks for coming back. Roger Wynn, Vinny Penny. The other side, where are we at? The other side of the boat. Hey, what's up? And hello from Waco, Texas, from LPS Film Studio. So we got people from all over the world. This is awesome. Ron Bradshaw. Oh, Motor Meg said Rusty, but I didn't see him. Rayleigh Small Engine, Wise Guy. That's my guy right there. He's my super trooper. So thank you for popping in. Rusty Rooster, hey, how you doing? Tom Doby, Mower Repair, hey. Cubbins Turbo Diesel, thanks for popping in. Mick, what's up, Mick?
What's up, Mick?
We were just talking about how likable Mick was on our last stream with him. He's just, you know, he's got one of them faces you just fall in love with.
Thank you.
You're the one who was all schmooshing.
I wasn't smoozing nothing. I mean, I was all that I was saying is that, you know, the guy's obviously likable. People like him.
Yes. Bob W. Hey, what's up? Okay, hold on. We just bounced all over Ray Clark. We got 131 up in the house. Y'all don't forget to hit that like button. Thank you so much. That'll get more people to see and pop in and hang out with us. John Browning, hello from the Rocky Mountains. I bet it's beautiful there right now. JNS Lawn Care, Michael Webb, Atlanta, Georgia. I haven't been to Georgia in 20 years.
Yes, you have. Well, we flew through
there. We didn't go.
Yeah, we've been to the airport.
Yeah, the airport. You know, that's
in
not
years.
Going to Georgia.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Ray McCarty, you from Texarkana? You like a neighbor. All right. And Brian King. Let's see. Keith Lobb, hello. BJ Mason. Brett Fraze, good evening to you. Gil Huggins, thank you for popping in. Ricky Robbins, thank you. I like to work. John Richard, Massachusetts. Goodness, everybody's from all over. JJ Rocks Media, thank you for coming in. All right, so if you're in and you can't comment yet, that's because I got it on. You got to be a subscriber for 10 minutes because we've had some crazy people popping in on the comments that are not subscribers and leaving some really nasty, you know, bad stuff. So we wanted to make sure that, you know, that doesn't happen. So if you are do want to comment, you have to subscribe for at least 10 minutes. If you're already a subscriber, awesome. So
and if you want to talk bad about me, it's okay. Just keep it clean, but it doesn't matter. I have no feelings left to hurt. It's okay. It's okay.
Oh, so yeah, I brought my man on tonight, Scott Johnson. Hello. So what's up, everybody? Okay, let's go back. There was a question about putting a
there was a question about putting a zero turn on
his back.
Yeah, like one of those old snapper rear engines. I'm not sure which transaxles that unit uses. If you know and you can tell me, I can give you a lot more advice. If it's, you know, not a sealed transaxle, then I would not advise setting it up on it. I'd leave it, you know, I wouldn't put it all the way up for any length of time. If you do have sealed transaxles, then you're going to need to remove the fluids and the battery to make sure that the battery doesn't leak. And after that, it's just just an empty machine. So it would be fine. But make sure that you have sealed transaxles first, because if you start leaking a lot of hydraulic fluid out of there, that's kind of a pain to resupply. So that's what I'd say about that.
Ask us how we know about batteries leaking all over mowers.
Yeah, I left one in a snapper years and years ago. I knew I was supposed to take it out, but I forgot about it and I left. And the next day I come back and there's battery acid all over the top of the engine. So it was my fault.
Had to change some pretty aesthetic parts for the customer, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, because battery acid will ruin it, really. So watched your channel, fixed a carburetor on my chainsaw. Thank you for your video. Steven, that makes me so happy. Thank you, people. Whenever that's my favorite comments, is when somebody tells me that they were able to fix their own equipment from watching one of our videos. That is the most awesome thing. So Ray, you did find it. Okay, good. Yeah, I was on my phone and doing the live stream, so I couldn't get the exact part number. I hope that the link helped you. But yeah, whenever I was doing that video, I had brought home all the pieces and didn't even think about that gasket when I made that video. And so I used another one. So that's why I didn't say what the part number was in the video. So y'all caught me on that one. So, oh, Dutch guy here living in the UK, Garrett. Okay. We got lots of UK friends now. It's pretty awesome. What you drinking on? Well, it is not anything special tonight. It is Kool-Aid. So I'm not drinking tonight. Actually, we drank the night before last, and that's when we went on Mick's live stream. He's like, "Did y'all just get dressed up to go out?" I'm like, "I'm still pretty much got the makeup on I had on from the night before."
Went to the casino.
Yep, it was bad.
Not long.
No. So thank y'all for chopping in. Let's see. Do you like Red Max backpack blowers? Yeah, I do. They're good blowers. I don't see them that often, but they're not sold predominantly at any of the shops in town. So
I don't know if anybody sells Red Max left in town. So we see the older ones.
Yeah, and the older ones are good, but Red Max makes a good product.
They're owned by Husqvarna, but they kept their own assembly plants and everything. So they're sort of like an independent wing of Husqvarna, I'd suggest. But yeah, they're good.
Brett said, tried my hand at changing a coil on an Echo PB250, followed your procedure, and it's up and running. That's awesome. Yeah, and that was an actual issue with them. Hopefully you, well, if you did it yourself, you didn't probably have it under warranty, but that's the good thing about Echoes. They have a lifetime warranty on their coils on all of their products. So if you run out of your initial, even if it's in the main warranty time period, which is 5 years for homeowners, you get the part and the labor totally free. Now, if it's after that, which usually, you know, it probably is, you have to pay for labor, but you don't have to pay for the part, which labor's not, I mean, I don't charge that much, but somebody else might. So, but if you have to pay for the part and labor, then it's almost 2/3 the cost of a blower. So glad to hear you could fix it all by yourself. That's awesome. So Chickanic on 2-stroke oil, synthetic oil can be used as all mix is correct. 50-to-1 can run 32-to-1 and it is fine, correct, as long as it's synthetic. Now, I don't know what the difference in it. I mean, everything that we have is semi-synthetic, or you know, it's,
yeah, partial synthetic. I wouldn't put full faith in a 32-to-1 machine with a 50-to-1 mix, even if it is synthetic. If that's an older engine, these newer engines, they're coated and they're very hardy, and they're actually a lot more difficult to burn up. The older ones are not that difficult because if they don't have the correct amount of oil in them to cool them, then you can score a piston really fast. So if I were you, I mean, I you know, at least, you know, go get a 40-to-1 mix, synthetic, as opposed to a 50-to-1 for that machine. And I'd feel a lot better doing that than I would running a 50-to-1. That's kind of lean on the oil.
Yeah. Yes, Greta. What's up, girl? Thanks for coming in. Put your questions in all caps. That's the easiest way for us to see them, because when I'm blind, which I do have my specs on, and we got a really large screen tonight, so it's easier, but it is a lot easier if you put your questions in all caps. So Iron Duke 502 says, I love that blade sharpener that you featured in one of your past videos. Yeah, it's awesome. And it seems like a lot, because what did we pay? $1,300 or $1,500? You
pay the original when we first saw it, and I demanded that I own one.
When I was making them grind,
it was 15, like 1550, something like that. But you got it from a different supplier.
Yeah.
That had it, that we could get it at dealer cost, as opposed to have to pay retail for it.
Yeah, so it's like $1,300. But you got to think about it. If we're sharpening, say, 10 to 20 blades a day,
yeah,
and we're charging $8 to $9 a blade, depending on if it's straight or mulch, it paid for itself in less than 3 weeks during the summertime.
Yeah,
so it's totally worth it to us.
Yeah, for the type of volume we do, you get those commercial blades, you can sit out there with a grinder and wheel for 15-20 minutes on it. That you can balance, or you can, you know, sharpen and balance those blades any set in less than 3 minutes on that machine. Yeah. So
it's awesome.
If you have a shop, it's totally worth the upfront cost. So if you're not doing that kind of volume, what was that other one that we saw that was neat, that they featured on
Project Farm?
Yeah. The All-American?
All-American, yeah, All-American.
Yeah, that one's really neat. I mean, for a lighter volume, that one is really fast. It's still gonna be slower because it's not gonna have the kind of power that ours has. And when they're demonstrating it, they're pretty much using sharp blades anyway. So
yeah, that's the only thing about it.
Brand new blades are a lot different than blades that have been beaten down.
Some of the comments that we got on the video was that, you know, did you balance the blades? I'm like, did you see those blades? They were like ones I grabbed out of the scrap heap just to show you how fast it could be done, because yes, customer blades, we make sure they're balanced, but those were ones in disrepair, bent, nasty blades. But
we have what is that, StreamYard?
Yeah,
we have looked into StreamYard and
got it loaded on some of our stuff, but we haven't looked into it.
Yeah, we want to start bringing in guests for maybe like the first 30 minutes of these, to be able to talk to some other people around the country and around the world about. I'd like to. What's the guy's name at top? Texas Outdoor Power. That
Which one? The owner, Mike?
no, not the owner. Their engineer, their technician. But is it Pat?
There's Pat. Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. Maybe we can get him. It'd be really neat to kind of get his perspective.
That would really be cool. Yeah.
Maybe we can get some industry people too, because we are really a dealer, cool. And we can, maybe get some people from some of these big distributors, Smith and Rotary, even if it's our salesman.
Yeah.
Kind of talk to y'all about what's coming and what's going to be going over the next couple of years.
Yeah, so Mower Medic just asked if we were going to the GIE Expo, I think.
No, we are not.
No, we're not. It would be really cool. I want to go, but
we had originally planned, we were supposed to be in Ohio
that weekend,
and then Southwest canceled our flights.
Screwed us.
So they didn't cancel them. We were supposed to get there on a Thursday and leave on a Tuesday, and they changed the flight from us getting there Thursday to Friday and leaving Sunday. So it made it absolutely no value to us. But so we can't go this year.
Rob, you were asking about the brand of toolkit that I use. It's Wera, and it's awesome. It's got my stronger, yeah. So it's got your metric sockets and Torx screwdrivers, and it's super duper awesome. It has your extensions, adapters, and then it, if I can get it out of the thing, it also, it articulates to whatever, angle that you need it at. So that's really cool. So I love it. It is expensive, but I will leave a link down below after this if anybody wants to get it, because it's like the most handy dandy thing ever. So, and it will last forever. Bob Clark, will Echo Red Armor oil work okay in a Stihl combi unit and MS290 chainsaw? Red Armor oil, along with the Stihl oil, I know everybody didn't think that I was saying bad things about Stihl oil. I was not in my videos, but no, the Stihl oil is good, but the Red Armor oil is some of the best oil I think there is. Put it in all of our stuff. Yeah. Yeah. I
think that it gets down. The Stihl oil now is more formulated for their Formix machines, because almost everything they have is Formix now, and a chainsaw pretty much runs wide open all the time anyway. You're almost never going to idle a chainsaw like you would a backpack blower or a string trimmer or even a hedge trimmer, something like that. So I think personally, the formula of the Echo oils and the Husqvarna oils are better as a general use oil.
And it has fuel stabilizer in it already. So
yes.
You don't have to add it. So that's an expense that you don't have to worry about. So,
and
also, I would like to go to the GIE Expo, but I got seriously parent duties. I got a parent teacher conference on Friday.
For mulching blades. The grinder's great because all that you do is you take the blade out from. I didn't have a blade straight enough that was a mulching blade to demonstrate. We just went and got those blades out of the junk pile because they were the most beat up. And so what you do is you just take it and you just turn it over and lay it up against the belt, and it's really fast.
And the belts are only like $3.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're real cheap, $3 or $4. So
that's actually cheaper than the grinding wheels that you get for the.
Yeah. Do you have to keep insurance for the shop in case something was to happen to a customer's equipment? No, I don't. I have tags that I give everybody whenever they drop their equipment off. We put all their information on it, and at the bottom of it, it says we're not responsible for anything lost or stolen. So that sort of gets us out of that. But we've never had that issue. So
we'd make everything right. But
if something got stolen, we'd totally pay for it.
Getting these shops insured is quite a task.
Yeah.
It's very difficult because there's such a fire hazard that nobody really wants to touch you, and there's such a theft hazard that nobody wants to touch you. So
No.
it's actually cheaper over the years just to go ahead and pay for things that are messed up or come up missing than it would be to hold insurance. So
Cooking with the kid for the Kool-Aid fun. Thanks. That'll give me like 5 more 2 liters of Kool-Aid. Thank you, Cooking with the Kid. You're awesome. All right. So, a little bit about what we've been doing this week. I'm busy with chainsaws with some crazy stuff. I mean, I don't know. I got a Stihl. I think Mower Medic did a video doing one too. I got a lower end I've got to replace on one that we had sold to a customer a couple of years ago, a Stihl FS40, and the piston and cylinder still look beautiful, but the bearings went out. So, and then
he told me he was ripping a log with it. He had a big bar on it, and those 046s with those long, you get over 30 inches on those. They're hard to oil. And he was trying to rip logs with it, and he wasn't using a shallow cut chain either. He was using a full chisel tooth 30-degree chain on it. And he said, yeah, it was kind of crazy. Then all of a sudden it just quit. I'm like, yeah, that was probably it. And
so Mick wants to know, do you use beard oil or 2-stroke oil and all that? He gets enough oil all over him every day.
All over me every day. So I'm not a clean mechanic.
No, absolutely not. Not a clean mechanic. I put everything away and organize everything after every unit I work on. Ron does not.
No, I do not.
With that. The tools stay where they stay all day.
Yeah, my rolling bench, but we work in, different environments too. I do a lot outside.
With the customers. Please do a video on how to sharpen Echo hedge trimmers. I can do that, actually. We'll probably be getting some in right now, so.
Yeah, there's a neat trick to sharpening hedge trimmers that you all need to see.
Actually.
It's not really that, to me, that would be one of the most boring videos in the world, but I can see how, it's really not that difficult to do it. So.
Oh, let's see. Mr. Celtic at Heart, thanks for popping in. Let's see. Generation 3 PTO clutch is okay.
John Clem.
John Clem. Ron, maybe you can give Mick some tips on keeping that reflection down in his head. It's all the lighting.
We have a remote for our studio lighting. So.
We just got it a couple of weeks ago.
We have an enormous amount of light. We play in a band. Sort of.
What's up, Steve?
And we have an enormous amount of stage lighting and stage sound and everything that hasn't been used in over a year and a half. So hopefully, when we set up the shop next year, you know.
But it was funny because some of the videos we did a couple months ago, I've got the stage lighting in here because it's all I had, and you see like a blue highlight all over my head. So yeah, it doesn't work out as well as
I thought that looked pretty cool.
And what do you do in the off season? We have a really short off season because we're so busy tidying up from our main season. Like right now, as we start to slow down, we have to strip a bunch of stuff down that has been hanging around the shop all year. We get rid of pretty much everything every year. We take whatever parts we can off of it, or we build things. We'll put 2 mowers together. We'll take an engine off one and a mower off another because we get tons. How many riders do you think we got this year?
I know that we have over, and we didn't get them this year because we didn't scrap last year.
Okay. Oh yeah, with the COVID thing, we never got the bin.
Yeah, we have over 30 abandoned riders.
30 abandoned riders.
And some of them are fixable. A lot of them are not. A lot of them are just frames and transmissions are off of them, and they'll just be scrap metal or pieces of parts. But we have an enormous graveyard right now. It's as big as it's ever been, to a point where we're really needing to start stacking riders one on top of the other.
Yeah, it's a little ridiculous. Yeah,
so
we have that's one thing we do. We put things together, we organize, we clean, because there's only 4 of us at the shop. Well, my son started helping this year. He's 19 and started helping us out. But so before that, there was only 4 of us, and that we get in over 2,000 pieces of equipment every year. Now, we don't fix all of them. Some of them are junk and some of them are double X'd, but we actually, see at least, at least 2,000 to 2,300 units every single year. So that's a lot for 4 people.
And the double X is our code. We put it on the back of the we put 1 X if it's repaired, and 2 X's if it is either non-repairable or the customer has chosen not to repair it. So that's what double X means.
Yeah. Sorry. Shop lingo. So Ray McCarty, every time you put out a new video, I end up working on the same thing, camshaft, carb, etc. Well, good. I'm reading your mind. Have you figured out how to read the woman's mind yet?
Have you?
Oh, it's pick on Mick time.
Yeah.
But Ron loves you, Mick. Ron, remember? He's got a thing for you.
Half a world away.
Oh, we got Steve Small Engine in the house.
I was really thinking about that. I mean, people must really like Steve too. And, I mean, I guess, he's married to a hottie too. I saw her in the video, a few weeks ago, and I'm like, wow. Haven't figured it out yet, but no, I like Steve. I do. I like him. The very little that I've gotten to speak to him.
All right. Steve, why don't you click this morning? Hello. Let's see. Used motor oil, dull it up a smudge. I can't stand when people bring their chainsaws in with used motor oil inside of it as bar oil. It is because I run everything and it just leaks like crazy and gets black goo all over me and everywhere else. And it's not good for chainsaws. It'll burn these new chainsaws up there because they're all plastic. Now, back in the day, they were more metal. I don't think that maybe it distributed the heat different. I know my grandpa, everybody's dad did it. But chainsaws these days, I've seen multiple chainsaws burn up from used motor oil inside of the bar oil tank. So do not do that.
Steve, I just set you as a moderator so we can see you better. Okay, bud?
Okay. Can all hedge trimmer blades be sharpened or just Stihl, Echo, and Red Max? We don't sharpen electric hedge trimmer blades because
it's not worth it.
It's not worth it. And actually, you can get a whole new set of like
those Black & Decker.
Yeah, for like $40.
I can't remember what it is.
So
I
charge at least $30 to sharpen hedge trimmers.
Anything that has the commercial blades, like the Poulin Pro and the Craftsman, you can sharpen all those. The less expensive ones, their metal really isn't hardy enough to sharpen. You start, and it's not really worth it to sit there with a file and slowly do it over 35-40 minutes, and at the labor rate we have to charge. So no.
Honda GX 160 on a pressure washer has minimal compression, 60 pounds. Is it worth rebuilding? Michael Owen. 60 pounds is
60 pounds is good. 60 pounds is good.
Yeah, that's good. What's going on with it? Tell us what the issue is, and maybe we can help you figure that out. So what type of music? Ray Clark. We started a band back in 2015? 14. It is called Hooker Red. It is a color, not a profession, just so y'all know. But actually, we got the name from a car that we were restoring, and we were going to make the interior what we were calling a hooker red color. So our son at the time was like 5, and it was just the cutest thing coming out of his mouth. It was hooker red. So that's where we came up with the name. So we do old rock from the last, I keep saying old rock from the last 50 years, but now it's 2021. And so actually
it's like 70
it's
years.
old rock from the last 70 years. It sounds so bad, but there's just some great teams from the 50s and 60s that you've got to do to get people dancing. So we have a few originals, but mostly we do, parties. We haven't done it much since the whole COVID thing, because a lot of things shut down and pickings are slim, but we just didn't want to go anywhere. But
well, I mean, our lives are changing too, and we're doing other things. So I still play, but
yeah.
Now it's kind of hard to convince her to let me get new guitars.
But we are playing this weekend.
Yes, we are.
We are playing at the Spa City Rocktober Music Festival in Hot Springs, and we go on at 6 o'clock if anybody is local. So if you want to come check out our band, we'll be playing. Quite the comedian too. I try, but yes, the small engine community is fantastic. We are all so happy to be part of it now.
I don't think there is a way to lubricate those, is there?
How to lubricate an Echo Model 225 weed eater gearbox with no lube plug. You're talking about on the gear head there's no lube plug? There should be.
I think some of the new ones don't have it.
I don't know.
You don't know?
No, I do know the new Stihls I didn't see a gear plug on, but if anybody's in here that's seen the new Stihls, tell me what you think about those new gear heads they're putting on everything, because the old gear heads lasted forever, and now they've changed them, and I've had to replace 2 that were less than a year old. They were both commercial customers, but still, it just seems sort of, that's not cool, but give a look at red. Yeah, GX 160 is an easy rebuild done if you already, yeah,
it's not a difficult one. I don't know why you'd rebuild one. Actually, Honda kind of suggests not to, just to buy another one. They make a couple of versions of that,
cheap, yeah.
And they're so inexpensive that a complete rebuild on that, you might wind up within very close range of a new engine trying to get parts for it. And so all of those small ones now, they're pretty much they're getting to a point where they're throwaway now. So
that's another comment on Daryl. Or have you seen Amsoil Sabre 2-stroke oil? Claim to fame is you can run it 100 to 1. I own my own landscaping company. We run it and everything now, no issues yet. And I've had tons of people tell me about this oil, but what's the deal? Is it just not here, or is it not? Why have I not heard of it here? Is it a northern thing?
I don't know. Amsoil's an old company.
I mean, I don't have anybody that, any of my commercial people that talk to me about it.
No, we don't have anyone down here that talks about it. Well, we'll find out.
But Grandpa runs used oil until he clogged up the filter with metal. Yeah, that's the thing about used motor oil is it's got the metal shavings in it. So, and may I add that Ron looks great. Yes, if you look it up, we do. Oh, and if you're going to go check out our YouTube, it's old. It's like 5 years old, and it's scary. And we do a lot better now. But yeah, and also find us on Facebook if you want. So that was what we've already seen those. Trouble removing blades off my zero turn using an impact wrench. Have whacked the bolt head several times, but no luck getting the bolts loose. Suggestions. What do you do, Ron?
I've got a big brake bar and a 3/4 drive wrench, and we block the blades and lay down on the ground. My brake bar is like 5 foot long, and we use physical force to take it off. If not, we've also got someone right down the road who owns who has a automotive shop, and he has a very heavy impact wrench, one that we'd never buy, big 3/4 inch, impact wrench. And we've used that a couple of times, but I've actually went and gotten it. Gravely's, for some reason, Gravely blades are terrible to take off. They lock in really, really hard, and we've just had to use the brake bar and brace the mower and the blade so that it doesn't move while you're trying to pull on it. It's not an easy task, though. You have to put a lot of physical effort into it.
Chops Bearded. It's a bigger community than the beard community I'm used to. And dang, this is a bigger community than I thought. Yes, we are taking over the world. All of us small engine repair people. Yes.
But we can talk about guitars too.
Yeah, we can talk about.
Yeah. Well,
and beards.
And beards.
You have another group you can join.
Nice.
Part of the beard community. What's your opinion on Stihl versus Echo weed eater as far as quality, design, cost of ownership, repairs? I used Stihl and got more time cursing, so switched to Echo 3020. Now the 3020 is awesome. Okay, awesome. I hate bike handles with a passion. Not because I run them. I'm sure if I ran them, I would probably like them, but I work on them, so I have to carry them around through like hallways and corridors to get from one area to the shop to the other. And so I hate working on them just because I have to, move them around and take them outside and go through doors that are swinging. But the actual engine, the 3020, whether it's a U or not, that is one of the most awesome trimmers ever. Now, when it comes to is Stihl or Echo better, I tell everybody that it's a toss-up on what equipment you're talking about, because Echo does not touch Stihl when it comes to chainsaws or chop saws. Echo.
I like their new chop saw, the Echo. Yeah, okay.
I mean, not that we don't like it. It's just they don't have anything comparable with Stihl has.
No.
That's what I'm saying.
No, they only have one.
Yeah, no.
You can't get anything.
But when it comes to trimmers, though, Echo, they are right up there, if not above, on some of the things that I like. I think when it comes to vibration, which is the biggest issue that you're going to worry about, because that's what really does your back and your arms and shoulders in, Echo has zero vibration when you're running at full throttle at a correct line of length of line and stuff like that.
They have great gear heads.
Great gear heads, yeah.
Much easier to work on than those valve machines that Stihl has right now. Those big Stihls are good. But
yeah, they're good.
They're complicated.
Yeah, so. Yeah. So, and pole saws. I'm going to say this right now. Echo's pole saw is awesome. Now, Stihl has the really huge long one that is pretty cool, but I will tell you, when you're shopping around, go and feel the difference in the shafts of the Echo, where it connects to the engine and where the Stihl connects to the engine. And just feel it. Just feel the difference. So the engines are both, pretty, comparable, but are we ever going to see a gig from you guys? I don't know, because I don't know if anybody wants. I mean, we could put some video up, but this is like our small engine repair stuff. So.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know if like half the viewers might say, "Oh, unsubscribe! What are they doing?"
That stuff is all over YouTube and
or
all over
Facebook. Yeah.
I mean, it's not hard to find. I mean, we've got a lot out there. We played pretty much every other weekend for 5 years.
Yeah, we do at least 30 gigs.
We traveled all over the region and played, and so we've got quite a bit put out there, and it's not difficult to find. So.
Yeah. William says there's 268 in the house tonight. Awesome. Thank you all. Don't forget to hit that like button. And also, I needed to repeat that. If you are trying to comment, you'll have to be a subscriber for at least 10 minutes so we can keep away the spammers. So, live stream your gig coming up. Oh, I don't know about that. I might make a fool of myself or something.
It's not going to be long. I mean, we're only going to be playing for about 25 minutes. We're playing a festival with like 10 bands.
No, there's less bands this year, so we're
Oh,
playing
there
like
is?
45 minutes.
Oh, so we're playing longer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Trying to figure out where I was. It jumped on me.
Yeah, it does that. Thank you, Walter Neville. That's very kind of you. He says, thank you for your expert advice. Your show is excellent. You're excellent. Found your spot?
Yes.
What manufacturer makes better small engine, Tiltson or Predator? Tiltson? I mean, I know what a Predator is, but what's a Tiltson?
Let me see. I see a lot more Predators, and that isn't because they're worse or anything. I just have only seen a handful of Tiltsons ever, and they've been smaller machines, so I really haven't had a chance to formulate an opinion on them yet. The Predators, for the price, I mean, they're fine. You know, I mean, they're going to do what they do, and they hit a price point, and you get what you pay for. So, I mean, if you need a $99 or $150 engine to put on a go-kart or a lawnmower or something.
The problem is getting parts.
Yeah.
You're not going to find any parts.
They're throwaway. I mean.
So if somebody comes in with a Predator engine, it might look exactly like a, you know, Honda clone or Briggs clone or whatever. It's going to be a millimeter difference in the needle to where it's not going to work, or a couple millimeters difference in the bowl gasket. I can't find anything that actually lines up. So when you go to look it up, you can buy a whole carburetor for cheap, but you can't get any parts for it. So that's the only problem with buying the Predator stuff. So, what lifespan can I expect my 25cc X Series Echo trimmer use residential, but a lot of this grass? It really all depends on how you maintain it. Don't let it get hot, because that's the worst thing that I see that people that do use these 25 cc's, you must have the 2620, which is, it's heavy duty, and I have not seen any of these do this. On the 225, the homeowner ones, for like light to heavy duty homeowner, they do not maintain their trimmers right, and they don't ever change their air filter, and then they let it get too hot, and then they burn up their trimmer. When you start, they'll come in and they'll have melted paint on the top of the metal clutch cover, and so that's not good. But I haven't seen any issues with the 2620 at all, so it'll last you forever, I think. Why am I drinking dish soap? Does it taste like dish soap to you? No, it's a mixture of lemonade and blue.
She's not going to soak her hands in it later.
Yeah. Oh. So, what is your next video you're putting out on YouTube? Actually, I have to make 2 videos. One, I'm making a intro video for my page. So if anybody sees a video and it's like, welcome to Chickanic. Well, that's because when you new people go on my page, there's going to be an intro video at the top, and it's going to do all my background and let you know like my experience, and for anybody that has not been on these and knows my experience, when I was in school, I took 2 years of small engine repair. When I got out of school, I immediately went to work for a lawnmower repair shop, and worked there for a couple years on the counter, which you get all the questions. So it's a lot of repetitious. That is great experience. Stopped doing that. We got together. We did a multitude of things, and then we decided to open up our own shop in 2011. 2011. And we've been doing it for the last 10 years. And so we, trucking along. But so I'm going to do an intro video showing, all that, and it's going to be cool, showing all this shop stuff on our height of the season and stuff like that. So hopefully y'all watch it. But I'm also going to be doing, I think, my next video. I got a couple things that I've been.
We have a lot of stuff. We have a lot of backlog right now because we have 2 lawnmowers that were abandoned
Mm-hmm.
And literally, I mean, we came to work, and it's not that unusual to come to work and a push mower just be sitting outside the gate, because people will come and just drop them off. It's not that big a deal. But within a couple of weeks, we had got a Murray from 1993, and then basically the reciprocal model of Murray from 2018. Mm-hmm. And so that, I think that's going to be a neat video to
the
compare.
Decline of mechanics.
Yeah, well, I mean, not only that, just general build. I think that's going to be a neat video. But
wait till you see how much the difference in weight is.
Yeah, in these two, it's crazy.
Yeah.
But we also have we acquired a Hustler Super Z60 that has certain issues. Got a lot of electrical issues with it. Somebody has jumped out everything but the PTO switch on it, and we're going to have to go through a bunch of stuff on that. And we have some engines to swap out on riders, so because we have good frames with bad engines. But honestly, I don't know what's next.
I'd like to take you through like some whole, here's a junker that was left at the shop, complete restore, and what we sold it for, kind of thing also. And but then I have 3 Stihl BRs, 2 BR600s and a BR700 that have issues that people left that didn't want to fix. I've got tons of stuff. I just, trying to do what's seasonal right now, which is a lot of chainsaws, blowers, hedge trimmers.
Oh, probably the blower is going to be next. One of those BRs.
Yeah.
Because they're here.
But I got to see what's all wrong with it first, but there's things that I can do, like throttle cable replacements and stuff like that. That would be really helpful. But there was one thing that I've lost the comments. Don't go up, no. Oh, stop. Oh, sorry. I don't know where I am. Anyway, well, I lost there was a whole thing I wanted to show you. Oh, thank you, William. Telling everybody
Stratocaster or Les Paul. Okay. I own several Les Pauls. I own several Gibsons. I also own Stratocasters, but none of them are real Fenders. Wormuth guitars, because I like to build them. And, I don't care what anybody says, custom pickups sound better and they're cheaper than the factory anyway. So I play both of them. I think I play my Strats a lot more now, but I custom built them for me with custom necks and profiles and everything. So they're very comfortable. But I love Les Pauls. That's what I grew up playing and what I learned to play on. And
yeah, I messed up last week or last live stream. And
we have 4 Les Pauls. Yes.
No,
4.
I said, he's got like 4 Les Pauls. And when I went in there, he's like, yeah, you think I got 4 Les Pauls? I'm like, I don't know how many you got. And he's like, well, yeah, just believe I have 4.
I have 4.
3. It's 3.
I have 4 Gibsons. I have
because they'll just pop up with another guitar, and I'll be like, "Where'd that come from?" But,
yeah, no, I had it. It was there.
So Daryl Orr, I run my trimmers all day long under commercial use. The Stihl clutch is let loose, whereas the Echo clutches can handle it. That is the truth. I'm going to tell you, I probably change out at least 1 Stihl clutch on those trimmers every week to 2 weeks from March until July. I change it. They have issues. I mean, that's one of their main issues. So you are correct.
280 on.
280 people. Thank you all so much for hanging out with us. Don't forget to hit that like button. And if you have not subscribed yet, you will have to subscribe for 10 minutes before you can comment, so we can keep the spammers out, because that's been an issue lately.
And don't worry, I won't always be here. You won't always have to look at me. I mean, she'll banish me to the upstairs again and go monitor.
No, you're all right. You're likable. You got a likable face.
Start my own YouTube channel.
Yeah, about pedals, all them pedals.
Boxes. Oh, somebody already does that.
Oh, yeah. What is the channel name to find the band? The band name is Hooker Red. So if you wanna find that, you can go to Facebook and find it. And then also there's a couple videos I think on YouTube. They're
Bree
old.
took some videos down when she started
When I started
getting
this,
YouTube famous.
I'm not YouTube famous, but whenever we started this and I started seeing people were gonna, try to find some other stuff, there was some old videos that we weren't that good back in the day. So.
Yeah, we got some of our first few gigs. We were really lucky with that. I don't know how many people will recognize the name. There was a band from the late 80s, early 90s named Every Mother's Nightmare. And we got the chance to open for them
Brand new.
early
We
on.
were like,
it was like
first just got together as a band.
It was like the 4th or 5th gig that we ever played. Was we went up there, we got to meet them. And if you don't know who Every Mother's Nightmare is, you should.
80s long hair band, or not really 90s.
No, 80s. They were in the 80s. They're a Memphis band, but the lead singer, Rick Rule, he's a mechanic. And he's a very good mechanic, too. So if you all get the chance, go check out Every Mother's Nightmare, or EMN now, but really good.
Also, we got some cars around the house. And tell me, let's do a consensus here. Would y'all be interested in seeing car videos, or we just want to stick with the small engine stuff? I mean, we do the small engines every day, but we do have a 68 Cougar, a 74 Corvette, and a 76 Camaro that we're restoring. Well, we are going to be.
We're not restoring them right now.
No, not right now.
No. And there's a lot to that. The Camaro is the entire front of it was done, and we had some family trouble, and we had to quit working on it. But in the last, the Corvette was caught in a house fire and it burned the front end up. I actually don't know if I'm ever going to fix it, but the Cougar, our youngest son has taken a great interest in, so we're not going to have any other choice but to fix it. So
that's mine.
We are
the Cougars.
And my first career, I was an industrial electrician and instrumentation technician, but I built, door slammer drag cars when I was a kid, and we've got a track about 45, 50 miles south of us, 1,000-foot track that we used to go race. And I still have my 2 big Chevys. I've still got my 2 454 blocks, pistons, heads, and everything. So we might rebuild one of those for y'all. Or Bree could do it. Because she actually taught me small engines. Before we had the shop, I'd never fixed a lawnmower in my entire life. I'd thrown them away.
I can't get your Amazon wish list to load when you click on it. I really don't know if I'm even doing it right anymore, because it seems like the people that do find my wish list, they buy stuff, but it goes to them, and they've never sent. I mean, I've had one person, Bill, who sent me that screwdriver set, which was awesome. But I see things getting bought off my wish list, but people must be ordering it for themselves. But I don't know why my link's not working though.
Yeah, Terry Baker says most Predator parts are strictly for go-kart meat. Yeah, they really are. Yeah, you can get a lot of custom parts and stuff for those engines to put on the go-karts and the mini bikes. And yeah, I don't know, and I think they even make the custom internal parts for them too. So
give us whatever cool videos you got. It doesn't matter what it is. Thanks, Pat the sound guy. Car fixing is the best. All right, we'll do it too. We'll just mix it in. Do a little bit of everything. Do it. Why?
But that's not going to be till next year anyway, because
we're building a shop.
We have to build it. We were supposed to build the shop last year.
Yeah.
We didn't build the shop last year.
No.
And so we have to get it done this year.
And y'all see, where I fix things here. It's either in the edge of my garage or underneath our shed where we keep all of our, stuff. And somebody asked about the air compressor. The air compressor.
I think that was Mick.
Yeah, Mick asked if it's still running good. It's awesome. We got such a good deal on that. I mean,
yeah, we did.
For it to have that little dent in it, and there's a video whenever I and it was a Tractor Supply. I put it in the thumbnail so you can see it if you want, but we totally scored on an air compressor that had a small dent in it. Well,
greetings from Mexico. Thank you so much. We miss Mexico
yes,
so bad.
We do. We used to go every single year until the last couple of years with all this going on.
Before I met Brie, I used to drive down to Texas and just jump the border and hang out. I just absolutely love Mexico. It's an incredibly beautiful country. Great people down there. Just wonderful place to be. I don't know if I'd go jump the border and try to party anymore, but wonderful place down there.
Mick posted it. Maybe it'll work. I don't know. The wish list, if anybody wants to check it out. So 248 in the house. All right. How about putting the BBC 454 in 1970?
74 Monte Carlo. Yeah, you can do that. They're 74. I can't remember. I don't think the 70. I think the 74 still had the single headlights on them. That's one of my favorite models, really. I mean, they're not that great of cars, but man, they look so neat with that gigantic hood, and there's such a cool interior in those cars.
Brian Richards. I think most of us would watch y'all pet kittens as long as y'all are involved. Oh, everybody did like my cat. So I'll have to bring him in some videos. And I have another bulldog. He's crazy. So
yeah.
we haven't got him in film yet. And then somebody said, what's the funniest thing that happened to me while I was taking a video? And actually it was bulldog related. And I wish I would have kept it, but I edit as I'm going. So like cut things out. So when I give all the video to Ron, because Ron does all the editing. So he doesn't have to watch through a bunch of stuff, but that would have been a good one. Cause yeah, I had a bulldog mishap, but yeah, I need to bring my dogs up in these videos. But
we've never really success. I mean, the one she's talking about, Shira, our girl, but we have Beefcake, our boy, and he's so spastic. I don't know if we have any clear pictures of him.
No, he's so hyper.
He won't hold still long enough unless he's dead asleep for us to take a picture of him. So.
Speaking of dogs' names, we've had a bunch of English bulldogs over the last 10 years, but two of the ones that we had was Link and Zelda. And I saw on Steve Small Engines, his computer had the Zelda Triforce on it. So we're connected through our Zelda love. So who else out there was gamers when you were, back in the 80s?
76 Cutlass. Yeah. I loved the Oldsmobile and the Pontiac engines. I grew up messing with them, but after I got a big block, after I got the big engines, Ford and Chevy, they're just so easy to create, enormous amounts of power on them. So, and one of the great things about those Cougars, though, that 68 Cougar, unlike the Mustang, they were set up, that big hood in there. You can fit any engine, any gas engine they made in that, from the 6-cylinder all the way up to the 429. So we still don't know what we're going to do with that.
Pat, the sound guy, I'm still the 80s gamer. Yes. Yeah, there is no better games. My kids, they're all into all that stuff. Actually, virtual reality. Have y'all ever done that? My kids have it, and I tried to do it, and I was sitting in a chair that was probably 36 inches tall and had my legs crossed, and got the virtual reality thing on my face, and I'm beating things up like this till I went to go bang something in virtual reality way in front of me and fell smooth on my face, like from 36-inch chair, sitting Indian style, went to go hit something and fell down on my face. Now that was not funny, but it hurt really bad. So that's the last time I did virtual reality. Okay, Mick says the wish list is working, but people have to scroll down. I just realized you haven't mentioned that certain word yet in the stream.
Nipples?
Nipple. They're not called nipples, they're called nibs.
Is that Ken?
Yeah, Ken.
No, is Ken on?
No, I don't think Ken's here, but John Clem, I promised him every video I do in the future, I will say nipple one time. So
Yeah. I have a 74 Plymouth Roadrunner, the GTX package. Those are super awesome cars. 71 Buick GS3. You know what? My dad had a Stage 1 when I was a little bitty kid. I was like 4 years old. And we were living in Missouri, central Missouri, the O'Fallon, St. Charles area. And if anyone knows the area, it's very hilly. And the car was just fascinatingly torquey. And I remember that because we'd go towards the hill and I'd tell my daddy to sick him and he'd lay into the throttle and pretty much jump the hill, and I could feel it in my stomach and make me laugh. That's probably why I like cars so much. And I told him to do it one more time and he did it, and all kinds of smoke came out of the engine because when he landed, he threw the fan into the radiator. And that was the end of my dad's hot rodding. My mom made him go get a 4-door after that. But love the Buicks.
Yeah. Also, I wanted to say, I forgot to mention, if y'all have not, and she popped on late last live stream, and I forgot to mention the lawnmower lady. If y'all have not checked out her channels, she had 1,000 subscribers. She's monetized now. Go help her out. Subscribe to her. The lawnmower lady, Stella, is awesome, and she is an amazing mechanic and will teach you lots of things too. So I just wanted to shout out to her real quick. Atari Commodore and Nintendo virtual reality enough for me. Yeah, don't do it.
I mean, I figured there'd be a lot more questions but everybody's just chatting. This is cool. Everybody just chatting with us. I mean, that's good. We like y'all.
Just in case you kicked out, I mentioned that word Mick don't like. Oh, this is my live stream. Mick
I don't like that word either.
Yeah, no. We seriously, if somebody brings a Tecumseh in the shop, we try to talk them out of it the second they walk up. Like, oh, you don't want to do that. Oh, well, we're not going to work on the carburetor. We're only going to replace it, and that's going to be $70, and it's going to be another $37.50 labor, and it's going to be, it's like we're hardcore trying to talk them out of it. I mean, it's only the ones that are like, oh no, I've had this mower or this generator for 20 years, and it's so good. Oh, and then we'll go ahead and do it. But other than that, no. It's
at the shop. The word Tecumseh means doesn't want to work.
Yeah.
As in, that boy of mine got them Tecumsehs real bad. And that's how we use Tecumseh. Not that Tecumseh actually made good motors. They made terrible fuel systems. So, I mean, you know, if you can't get the thing the gas to run, it makes no difference at all. But I don't want to. They haven't been in production for 13 or 14 years now. I don't want to work on them anymore.
I think it's longer than that. Yeah, I don't want to work on them anymore. They're just leakers, man. You try to kit the carburetor and you'll think, oh, you're successful. You let it sit for a day. It's all good. Call the customer, tell them to come pick it up. The customer comes 3 days later to pick their mower up and all the gas is leaked all over the place out of the air filter. It's ruined the air filter. It's
Tell us about your kids, Brian King.
Brian, we have 2 boys. One is 19 and the other is 12. Our 19-year-old is working at the shop with us, and our 12-year-old, he is kicks butt in school.
We wish that our 12-year-old so bad. He's very shy, and he shouldn't be.
Oh my God, we got to get him on here one day.
He's been training to be a stand-up comedian since he was 4 years old, and he does the funniest stuff, just impromptu, off the cuff. And if we could get him on here,
I'm going to make him make our commercials.
He's crazy. And he doesn't want anyone to see him.
No. But when he does, I'm sure that the comments he gets back will be great. And that'll give him, motivation to do it more, because y'all are going to die. He's just the funniest kid ever. We just got back from Cotillion because he likes to dress up in suits and stuff like that at 12. So. Do he ever shave? He shaves all of this and leaves that. Homelite chainsaw. I'm wondering if there's a diagram for the fuel line routing. Love watching you repair. Now, I mean, you should be able to look up any Homelite stuff on partstree.com. Parts like PARTSTREE.com, and it's really simple. You just put in the model number, and it should show you a diagram for everything. But it's an exploded view, so it's not really, you know, it'll give you a about area of where everything goes, but we don't see.
Yeah, the auto choke systems on those little Briggs, you know, I don't understand why they can't just put a cable down there that, you know, will pull a choke, or just put a primer on it. No. Yeah, the you know, heat and weather vaned chokes, I do not like them.
Of course, Bald Eagle loves the haircut because y'all are like Twinkies.
I haven't had a haircut in so many years. I've got a, you know, a trimmer. I just, so.
It does take a real mechanic to fix a Tecumseh. Yeah, that's the truth.
You know, they're twin cylinders with those dual carburetors, ones with the plastic bowls. Those really, I mean, for a Tecumseh, they work out well, but the single cylinders do not. So, and I don't know, it seems like the exact same carburetor. I can't remember if they are or not. They just have two of them, but they're easy to repair. And for some reason, the single cylinders, you've got that 50-50 chance of them just pouring all the gas out as soon as you shut it off. So,
what's up, Haney Okie? I didn't see you pop in yet. Can you please say bye to me, please? Oh, Kevin, good lad. Thank you so much for coming in. Have a good night. Sundial, I wish I could stay. Got to get up early. Really enjoy y'all. Thanks, Sundial, for all your nice comments.
What do we think about the Honda lawnmowers with the overhead can? Okay, I don't know if this is a common issue or not, because we haven't seen many of them yet. But the ones that, I think there was two of them we saw that they had a bent valve, and they were newer machines. And we, you know, advised them to take it back, and I think they did. I think they went and got it repaired, but I just don't have enough information on it yet. But the two that I have seen both had bent valves, and they were not repairable, and they were too new for us to repair anyway. So we sent them back to the dealership.
Oh, Rick's in Sydney in lockdown, so he can't get a haircut. Well, Ron's sister lives in Australia.
But she's in Adelaide. She's
Yeah.
in South Australia.
So
I just talked to her, and she said she's not in lockdown.
Well, wise guy, your wife's hot too, so. I feel Briggs have gone downhill, smaller engines, push motor, I swapped down big one. Vinny Penny, I feel Briggs have gone downhill, smaller engines for push mowers. I swap them out for Quantum if I have them. Yes, they have. In fact, when we opened up in 2011, we had a lot of the old Briggs with the, you know, metal rectangle gas tank on the side with a plastic carburetor sitting on top of it with just the diaphragm and gasket on it. And we would tell people, oh no, you don't want to put any money into that. It's 5-10 years old. Don't worry about that. And then we saw what Briggs was coming out with 10 years ago with these new, you know, plastic everything, plastic rewind, plastic carburetor, plastic tank, plastic. And then we're like, oh no, I don't care if that mower is 10 years old. You want to put $100 into it, even if it takes that, because it'll last you forever, you know. But these new mowers, people are spending $150 on, and then that we get tons of them every year that people don't want to, you know, put the money into.
We get people that bought them last year, and they'll just bring them and say, yeah, we're not here, just take it. You guys fix it. We're not going to fix it. We'll go buy a new one.
There's Stella, the lawnmower lady.
What's up, Stella?
You can find her right there. I was just shouting out about you, telling everybody that I didn't get to say last stream to go check out your channel, that you got 1,000 subscribers and all your watch time hours. So everybody go check out the lawnmower lady, Stella. She'll teach you lots of good stuff. So, but yeah, the new Briggs, and we were just checking earlier on Google search to see, put in lawnmower repair. That's all I put. All you put in is lawnmower repair on Google, and my push mower video for the new Briggs mower was third. That's awesome.
Yeah, it was. Lawnmower repair.
If you just put in lawnmower repair, there I am.
She's third down the line.
That's awesome. So, and that's that video, how to change or how to fix your lawnmower in 10 minutes with the title was how to fix your lawnmower in 10 minutes with a $13 part. Well, actually, and a lot of people say, well, you can get a whole carburetor for $7. You can get a whole carburetor for $12. Well, you cannot get a Briggs carburetor for $7 or $12. An OEM carburetor is at least still like $35 to $38. And the jets now, an OEM Briggs jet, you can get online for $8. So you can clean them out. I would not tell anybody who most of my videos that I make for homeowners that are very unmechanical. So I'm not going to tell anybody how to, drill out a jet or anything like that. I want them to be successful in their repairs so they're confident to do a repair again. And so if you just buy the $8 part and spray your carburetor out, pop it in, it's going to run. So that's why I did that. But let's see, any more questions? I don't know. I don't see any more questions. We got more questions? Because we'll just start talking about ourselves. I tell folks all the time that older machines is far better than anything they could buy. I know, right? Like those old gray Echoes or the Stihl FS80s or 85s.
See, I kind of have a differing opinion about that. I like a lot of the new, the two strokes, not, let's take a separation here. Mm-hmm. These new two strokes, just a straight two for, let's take chainsaws because that's, those engines are revving high now. Some of those are 16,000 RPM machines and they're just incredible. I just don't, some of these new chainsaws are just fantastic. The Stihls, the Echoes. I haven't seen a lot of the new Husqvarnas yet, but the Stihls and the Echoes are really, really good. They're pounding out a lot of power and they're revving really, really high. So they're really fast and they're light. We've got a 440 Magnum and that thing is, you're out there cutting with it for 25, 30 minutes. It's like, yeah, that's it. That's a day's work. So I like the new two-stroke. The other stuff, Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, I was reading. I was trying to find a comment. So we still got 222 in the house, 286 thumbs up. Thank you all so much. If you haven't hit that like button, please do. And if you're waiting,
how many thumbs
up? 286. If you have not been able to comment yet, you do have to wait 10 minutes if you are not a subscriber because we had spammers attack us a couple weeks ago on one of our friends' live streams, and we don't want that to happen. So, what's your thought on Troy-Bilt weed eaters? I don't work on them anymore. Why don't I work on them anymore? And that's another video I'm going to do. I'm going to show the difference in equipment and who actually makes it, because there's so many products that have a different color or a different name on them, but they're the exact same machine. So I don't work on the Craftsman's because they're made by Troy-Bilt, and the trimmers that I'm talking about. Here's what I do. If a customer comes in and they have one, I ask them, does it prime? And do you have fresh fuel in it? And is the fuel lines leaking? If it has fresh fuel in it, the fuel lines aren't leaking, and it still primes, I will adjust it for them. And 90% of the time, I can get it to run. And that'll kick them off through the next year because it's just sat for a little bit. And a lot of times you can just mess with the choke and it'll start going again. If it needs work, if it needs fuel lines are leaking or they bring it in with bad gas, I'm not stopping. I will, and if it's not priming, I will sell them another carburetor for $25 and show them how to do it. But when it comes to me, I don't like to charge people labor and parts when they can get another one for $100 or $79 or whatever. So, that's one that's 35 years old and still starts on second pull without the primary assistance. Dell, that's right. I mean, that thing will last you forever. I love the old gray stuff. We have an old, I don't know which model that is, an old gray Echo set of hedge trimmers.
Yeah.
I have a carburetor. Well, it's not going to make a good video because I'm just throwing another carburetor on it because we already tried to kit it and it didn't. It's still
No, that one had a aftermarket.
Not from us though.
No,
It was
no.
like customer had put it on there
Or something like
anyways,
that.
it didn't.
I can't remember.
We tried to kit it and it didn't work. Cromags 1120 thoughts about a Toro Power Max snowblower. To be honest with you, we don't get any snow here, so we're not privy to all the snowblower issues or how good they are or how bad they are.
The most snow we ever got at one time, we got in February of this year.
Mm-hmm.
It was 9 inches. And we got a total of 12 or 16 inches over the week from Sunday to Friday. By the next Sunday, the snow was gone. So, because it got up to like 65 degrees. So, we're never going to see a snowblower.
Good night, Mick. Thank you so much for coming in.
All right, Mick.
I've had an Echo SRM 225. It's been awesome. 12 years old and still runs like a champ. That's good. You must take care of it because it will. It'll last you forever if you take care of it. People ask about service. There's really not much to service on the trim on those Echo 225s. Just make sure you're using good fuel and
change your air filter.
Change your air
or
filter.
Clean your blow your air filter out. One of the two.
Jeff Winters, what brands do you consider to be the most reliable lawn mowers, leaf blowers, and weed whackers? Reliable? I mean, the leaf blowers and the weed whackers, when it comes to the blowers, Stihl and Echo are pretty much the same unless you're wanting the most powerful blower on the market. And then the Echo has Stihl beat on that because the PB 9010 is awesome. But the weed whackers, we just discussed that a little bit ago, that Stihl makes better chainsaws, chop saws, and stuff like that. But the weed whackers, I believe, is, I like the Echoes because of how they have no vibration to them whatsoever. Lawn mowers, if you're getting a walk behind, stay away from some of the 4-wheel drive things.
Yeah, the 4-wheel drive one, the drive systems, they're good when they're brand new.
Yeah, and then
you get through a year or two with them, and they develop quite a bit of problems.
Now, what we're saying, whenever we talk about anything, we live in Arkansas where we grow rocks and where it's dusty. Now, if you're in a nice, if you're mowing nothing but beautiful grass, a lot of these issues are not going to happen to you. Like,
it's also very wet here.
Yeah, and it's very wet. So.
Push mowers, if you can find real snappers and Toros, they're still really good. Riders, I tell all my customers, if you're going to just buy a residential use homeowners model, John Deere, their systems work a lot better. They're quieter. They use heavier blades. Keep the decks clean and they should be fine. If you're going to buy a 0-turn, don't buy anything less than commercial. So, and by commercial, I mean the big companies that are making the big Exmark, Skag, Grasshopper, Hustler. Use the. It's kind of worth it.
He's asking about Aaron's also 0-turns. We just don't see them.
It depends too. Yeah, they're good mowers. And the reason when you buy one of these 0-turns, you're paying for a transmission. And that's what it is. The reason I tell people, if you're not going to buy a commercial zero turn, then buy a tractor, is because you can get an enormous amount of tractor for $3,500, $4,000. You can get an entry level zero turn for that. And the reason is transmission, because they have 2 transmissions. And the difference between a $4,000 zero turn and an $8,000 zero turn has a lot to do with those hydro pumps. The hydro pumps are very expensive. The wheel motors are very expensive. The newer integrated ones are really good too, but they're also kind of a lifetime thing. So if you're willing to put the money forward, yeah, I mean, go ahead and do it.
Mowers and blowers outdone. I like the old snappers. They sell good also. Yeah, they do. And I actually have a body that's almost in perfect condition that I've had Briggs Quantums come in that I could have put on, but I ended up putting on something else. But yeah, I'm holding on to that because that mower's got to be 30 years old now. It was a commercial snapper that I paid $600 for in 1998. I think.
Well, then it can't be 30 years old.
No, I paid for it.
Oh,
I bought it used.
Was used?
No, I paid $400 for it, used in 1998. Yeah, and I've been holding on to it ever since because I do need to find another Briggs engine for it because mine finally got to boot. But Skags, we love Skags.
Yeah, Skag. To me, Skag is it. Skag is
Skag's
the number one brand.
Yeah.
Not that they are using different parts or anything. They're
so easy to work
much
on.
easier to work on. Like we have a Hustler. Our Hustler, that thing is incredibly challenging to work on. Just crazy hard to work on. The Skags are very easy. They're very consumer friendly. So.
Yeah, Brian Richards, don't buy a Deere with a plastic transmission. I've done 3 already. I made a video on that, and it was funny because I got so many comments about how I put the seal back in, and I was like cringing when I did put the seal back in because it went in way too easy, and everybody gave me comments about how we should do something different to actually keep the seal in there. The one I did was like the most extreme case of worn out that you could possibly have, which was sort of bad. But then the only reason we did it, we don't even work on the transmissions anymore.
No, not the RS800.
It was our pharmacist, and so yeah, it was. I didn't want to put in the video how to rig something, but you should if you want to. Or is there?
There's nothing you can do. I mean
it's going to fall back out.
Yeah, they quit making those. They make sealless ones, or just like a big version of their walk behind self-propelled mowers, so transmissions. If you look at them, they actually kind of look the same as one of those also. They're not a true automatic transmission. They have a variable speed drive on them. I'm sure they hit a price point really well, but eventually you're going to have a lot of problems with those transmissions. It's not like buying a Tough Torque or a Hydro Gear aluminum cased one.
East Tennessee Lawn Care. I'm using my Troy-Bilt 42-inch commercially. Got it brand new. Put 700 hours on it so far. It's been good to me. You must mow a lot of nice grass because we see so many spindle issues with them. The stars on the spindles blowing out. And that's another thing. People all talk about the video about how to, grease. That the grease port is fake and stuff like that. What do you think? Like, how many out of hundreds of riders that come in every year, how many are mostly the shaft, the star, and not the bearings that go out? 90%?
I see very few bearings. Yeah, 90% is anything but bearings.
Yeah.
The
sealed bearings don't go out that often, ever.
The top pulley spin on the shaft.
Mm-hmm.
The stars on the shaft go out.
Yeah.
The cases break. You got to remember. You got to remember that they're designed to break.
Mm-hmm.
The blades are not as strong as the spindle housings. The spindle housings are designed to break before the deck and so on and so forth to protect different parts and pieces. And they work. So if you hit a rock and it's going to do something, the energy has to go somewhere. And that's where those are designed to do it. It's not like these big commercial spindles where they're designed, to just conquer the rock. They're designed, everything's designed to break before the actual deck breaks. And
so if you got extremely good grass, it's not likely that you're going to, break something on the outside. But like you're in East Tennessee, I'm going to assume that you get a lot of rocks like we do here in Arkansas. But no, at least 90% of the ones, the bearings are not the issue. Now the older ones, they lasted a long time, and they did have bearing issue. The bearings would go out, and you could just replace the bearings. Just the new stuff, I don't know if they've changed that pop aluminum or whatever, or changed the metal that the stars are made out of. It might be softer, but we definitely see a lot more peripheral problems than the actual bearings themselves. So thanks again for everybody coming in. Well, we got 216 in the house, 316 likes. Thank you all. If y'all haven't hit that like button.
I think we had almost 290.
Yeah, we did at one point. That's awesome. Thank you all.
Y'all are awesome. Thank y'all.
This is fun.
Yeah.
Are we competing with football again?
I have no idea.
We don't watch football.
Yeah.
I can't do the knee bending stuff, but I didn't watch football before that. Actually, I thought I was doing the Hogs a disservice every time I would watch, because they'd go on a winning streak years ago, and I decided to watch a game and then they'd lose. So I thought I was a jinx. So I was like, I'm going to give them a fighting chance. I'm never going to watch them again.
John Conway in from Little Rock. What's up, dude?
Hey, you a neighbor. Stihl FS40 will start and die immediately. The fuel lines hold pressure and change the return line and carb. So Blake Grubb, on the Stihl FS40, if it starts and dies immediately, first thing you check is your fuel. If you know for a fact that your fuel has no water in it and it's fresh and it's good, the next thing you're going to go to, is it priming okay? That, making sure that it's actually going through your carburetor correctly. The FS40s are really bad about, especially if you're running it at half throttle around flower beds and stuff like that, the exhaust screens will clog up. And so that might be an issue. Other than that, if it sat for a long period of time, it could be the diaphragms in your carburetor, unless, it's drastic and you ran it with no oil and it's burned up. But other than that, usually the most thing I see with that would be fuel related. You have a bad batch of gas, even if you have canned fuel. And I know a lot of people are diehard with the canned fuel. I see multiple units come in all the time that all I do is change their gas out from their canned gas that it had been running on previously for months. And I don't know if people just get bad batches every once in a while or what, but if you notice that, if you're running your equipment, open up a can, put it in there, and it's not running right, first thing to do is check that. And it's something that you think, oh no, there's no way that's that problem, because I know that I bought this canned gas that's supposed to be able to, last for years. No, it does not. I have multiple units come in all summer long. That's all that's wrong with it.
Can you, Bill Boyles, can you or will you attempt to extract a broken muffler bolt on an old blue Homelite? So, no, we won't. We won't do that. We don't do that kind of work, and because there is a failure rate. You
try if it's sticking out.
Well, if I can get a hold of it though, but I mean, if I have to get into it. But if if part of the bolt is sticking out enough to get with a pair of vice grips, I mean, that's not really extract. That's just unscrewing it. I would literally just get another basket for it and start over with it. It isn't worth it to us. It might be worth it to somebody, but it wouldn't be worth it to us to try to do that.
All right. Rip Denicola, have y'all noticed the supply shortages getting any better or worse? No, they have not changed at all. We have had an issue all year on getting equipment and certain parts. We're an Echo dealer, and I have there's been units, and most of it's the commercial stuff. They must have had more stock on the homeowner stuff. But even the SRM 225s and some handheld blowers and stuff like that, there was a short period where I had to have them back ordered for a couple weeks. But we don't have a very large shop, so I don't have a huge area. I don't have an area to keep a lot of inventory back. I keep everything pretty much displayed, and then like one or two in the back when we sell, and we'll rotate. But I there was like CS590s we had back ordered for 2 months. There's the SRM 3020s, a couple months, SRM 2620s, a couple months. I mean, everything has been back ordered. And so you got to look ahead on, what you think. But sometimes I'll sell, like I sold 4 or 5 90s in the last 2 weeks, and I didn't, think that was going to happen. But so we are out of CS590s right now. But it's yeah, we are seeing that. And we are seeing like, if you need a, Kawasaki carburetor, a $300 Kawasaki carburetor that we've had back ordered for the last 8 months. I mean, yeah, there are some things that we can't get right now. So, and weird stuff too. Like the jet for the video, the how to fix your lawnmower in 10 minutes with a $13 part. That jet, that's back ordered right now. So, camshafts. I don't think Briggs still has any camshafts. Do not buy an aftermarket camshaft. That's your warning. Hey, Chica, I don't think we have met yet. Hello, Small Engine DIY. Nice to meet you. Hello from Castle Black. Is it cold?
My opinion on battery-powered equipment. Battery-powered equipment's good. I mean, DC, man, those little engines are incredible. I mean, they're just fantastic. I really wouldn't have thought that they would have been able to get that kind of power out of something that thin, but it works great. Battery technology is going to have to, jump on up there and evolve in order for it to be viable, on a wide scale. But and we got one in just as we were getting ready to leave Friday. It's a Makita, and the engine is up in the head. I didn't think they did that. I thought they were, and it had a regular, looked like a Husqvarna head, didn't it? Or a gear head on that Makita. And I'm gonna be kind of interested.
It was heavy.
Yeah, it was a 36, 2 18-volt batteries. It was when I get back in Monday, I'm gonna put it back together or put it together, split boom, and see how it operates. Because I mean, that's a motor that's got to turn a shaft instead of turning the motor on the gear head. But you're going to see more and more and more of them, and we're going to have to get ready for
it. George Roderick, can you do a video on Aaron's 11 horsepower 2008 snowblower, getting it ready for the winter? Thank you. I can't do it on a snowblower, but if you tell me what engine it is, we could probably find that engine on something else. But we don't have any snowblowers in Arkansas, so
it's probably the same engine that you did the chipper shredder on.
I did just do a video on a chipper shredder that the same engine goes on log splitters. I don't know if that could be it, but check it out. It's the last video I did. So.
Yes, the Razorbacks are doing fine, and
yes.
I mean, I think Georgia's going to take apart Alabama. Personally, I don't think Alabama can handle Georgia this year. So, go SEC. I'll just put that in. And we beat both Texas, so I'm good with that.
Thanks, John Egan. You guys are awesome. Oh,
thank you.
You're very awesome, too. Thank you so much for being so supportive. You comment
Thank y'all so much for hanging out with us. I mean, yeah.
Are you familiar with the old K-Series engines? K stands for Kohler, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got a old John Deere 212 right now that we picked up with a K-Series engine that I've did the points and condenser and the ignition coil on about 2 years ago for, a very special customer. Other than that, I'd never touched the thing ever. I mean, not at the shop anyway. I mean, maybe at the house, but not at the shop. Pretty much anything that's hit the 20-year mark now, I'm turning away at the shop simply because it costs too much to repair anything subsequential. But the K series engines were incredible. They put those, may have been the M series by then that they were putting on the wheel horses.
GM Gorilla. I lost the comment, but you were asking, what's the best synthetic oil. Now, Red Armor is semi-synthetic, right? And
Red Armor might be a full synthetic. I'm not sure. I can't remember
think it
right
is.
now. I don't think it is.
But that's the best to us. Football, what's that, William? Yeah, right. Oh, let's see. Just thinking. Excellent site. You do that. Have a good night, everyone. Oh, Mowers and Blowers, thank you so much for coming in. You rock. Thanks for your time and have a great week.
Oh, yeah, we got to go to work tomorrow.
Yeah. We just went to winter hours, though.
Yeah. So we get to leave an hour earlier.
Yeah, which that's nice. But where is that super chat that I just saw? Good going down. Just a has-been. Just a hello. You are so awesome. But I feel like, you haven't told me yet, but you knew me before, like at the beginning. So are we like friends? Because I feel bad because I feel like we know each other, like you live down the street or something, because you've been so supportive. Thank you so much for that. All right. Oh, everything popped up again. Braden small engine repairs. I'm only 16 and I started fixing small engines last year, and I enjoy fixing small engines. I fix them for family members and I buy them cheap, fix them, and flip them for more. That is awesome.
That really is.
And I'm glad that you have the gumption to do it, because it is extremely easy money if you take the time. That's all it is.
And this right now is a field that has a lot of potential, because they're just not really training small engine mechanics. I don't think we have a school in the area around here that has a small engine course to it at all. They've taken them out of the high schools. They've taken them out of the technical colleges. The only way you're really going to get it is if you go get a job and somebody's willing to train you how to do it in our area. I'm not saying that's common around the country, but I'd suggest, it's getting that way. And small engine mechanics are becoming very high demand now because of that. It's almost impossible for us to just go out and get a fully competent, say rider, zero turn, the big stuff mechanic.
Yeah. These
days, you're going to have to train in one way or the other. And so if you're looking for a way to be independent and make a good living, you're not going to get rich doing small engines, but you can make a very good living doing small engines. And like I said, the price is going up, the labor is going up. We've got the lowest labor rate in town at $75 an hour.
Mm-hmm.
And that's because we're working.
Yeah.
If we were to hire 2 or 3 more people, we'd have to get it up to $85, $95 an hour. I'm going to suspect it's going to be over $100 an hour in the next couple of years. Well, especially with the way prices
still
are.
Though, we do things that take us 2-3 hours and still only charge an hour sometimes.
Yeah, you have to do that.
We do that all the time.
You have to subjugate, what you're doing to core amounts, to set amounts. You can't charge, you tell them it's a half-hour fix, even if it takes 2.5 hours to do it, you can only charge half an hour.
So William asks, what has changed the most in your life since starting YouTube? I know what has changed the most in my life.
What's changed the most since starting YouTube?
The laundry doesn't get done as much. The house doesn't get cleaned as much. Everything is my garden doesn't get tended as much.
Well, I mean, to be fair with that, I was injured early in the season, and so you kind of lost the partner that does almost all of that. So
yeah, Ron slipped a disc in his back, two, and so he was down for the count, and so I had to pick up the slack at work for a little bit, and that was, needless to say, everything got a little crazy around here. And that happened at the beginning of June.
First week in June.
Yeah. So doing 2 videos a week like I normally do, and I totally was lazy this week and only did 1, and I'm sorry. But so like we start thinking of what video we're going to do on Sunday or Monday to film on Monday or Tuesday to put out on Tuesday or Wednesday, and then we do it all over again to have one out by Sunday. So I get home from work and I can't shoot any video up at work right now because one,
we're open
and I have customers coming in and I'm on the counter and there's an air conditioning unit right next to my head and
the cars
very loud. So if we turn the air conditioning unit off, we're on a 4-way intersection and the cars, they feel like I don't even think they've got exhaust on them. They're so loud going by, it's constant. So I have to wait until I get off work. I bring whatever I'm going to work on home, bring the stuff home with me. I'm either doing it in the garage, I'm doing it under the shed out back. And then, so then I'm also fighting with the katydid sounds. And so, and the mosquitoes, you'll have no idea how many mosquito bites I've gotten. It's like, so I've got to film. And so if I'm making like an 8 to 15 minute video, I'm filming for like 2 hours at least 2 hours. And so that's like the whole night. And so then I give it to Ron and Ron either edits it that night or edits it the next day. And then we'll put it out whenever. But so it takes up like 2 full days to make a video.
Sometimes we'll get customers who bring equipment in and they bring it in the afternoon and Bree decides, I mean, this is going to be a great video. We're like, okay, and we'll bring it home and she won't get the chance to go over it up at work. We'll bring it home and she'll start on it and get into it and be like, this machine is not repairable. And we're like, oh, great. So then it's, sometimes it's a rush to go find something else to do. So we do have an enormous amount of equipment around the house though. Simply because we own a shop and there's a lot of things here. Because we do, the things that we do some work here too. And
people have asked about a shop tour. So all from March until now, the shop is scary looking because like I said, there's only 4 of us there and we're working on stuff. We're not necessarily cleaning. So we've got stuff all over the place, parts that we're saving. So we're just now cleaning up. So I am going to be doing a shop tour video, just to let you know.
And our yard got out of control this year because I wasn't able, to actually keep up with it. So we're going to have to wait until things start to, the leaves start to fall and everything so we can trim everything back and get the big mowers out of the way, which we're going to, that's going to be a chore. I've probably got 35 engines to take off and secure. But
so GM Garlo, I was impressed how you pulled over that shredder. Now it was funny because I got comments. People are like, oh, it looked like that shredder was hard for you to pull. And I'm like, obviously you've never tried to start a chipper shredder, okay? Because I start chainsaws every day for a living. I got my pull down, but the chipper shredders, they're attached to the impeller and, you got to have a strong arm to start one of those things.
That one's a direct drive unit. It's got those blades that flop around. That's why that sound is, the blades hitting each other. And so, I mean, as soon as you grab a hold, it's not pulling a clutch on a flywheel. I mean, it's pulling the chipping mechanism when you pull it. So
thank you, GM Garlo, for being impressed with my pull power. So, Chromags 1120 is the Echo brush cutter 42.7 cc worth the $650 price tag. You have the 3020 weight eater, which I can just buy the blade kit, but it's a pain. It is a pain to change the blade kit out. But what you need to look into is the split boom PAS systems, because that's what you need. I mean, then all you got to do is buy a $99 brush cutter attachment. You can buy, whatever size engine you want, whether it's 2620 or a 3020 or whatever, and then you can just get the attachments. And
the head on that on those 3020s are incredibly tough, and that 42cc. If you're not, I would say if you're not out there, like commercially doing that, and because that 42cc one is also really heavy. The 3020 is an incredibly powerful trimmer for what it is, and I don't think it weighs more than a pound more than the 2620. So, and it's a lot more engine on it.
Geek with social skills. Love your channel and what you do. Your advice has helped me a lot. Thank you so much. That's all I would try to do.
John Conway.
And it's funny because people are like, well, don't you not want to tell people how to do that because you've got a business? Believe me, it's like the dentist office. Okay. There's always going to be customers because people just don't take care of their stuff. Even if, I tell everybody how to do this, there's some people that just don't want to do it, and their time, they rather do something else and, work to make that $40 to pay me to do it. So believe me, we're never going to run out of customers.
We're in the Hot Springs area, John.
Yeah. Spa City. So get taught in school by any sales. Well, that's good, Braden. And actually, it's all repetition, Braden. Small engine repairs. He said you taught yourself that. It's.
And there's a huge amount of online resources.
Yeah, there is, especially. And
what's that?
I used to use. I YouTube stuff because there's new stuff coming out all the time, and if you're not a dealer for it, we're still at work on it, But there's times I need to look up a YouTube video and I go straight to my dudes,
A lot of these technical manuals, Briggs, Kohler, Honda, Kawasaki, a lot of this stuff is available at local libraries. And down here they have the Hoopla app you can get into their entire catalog. But our local library here, it does have the technical books on Briggs and Stratton, Kohler, that. You can look them up, and some of them are older, but yeah, they're good.
Thank you, Gary, for hanging out with us. William puts, did I mention Chickanic has an Instagram? William's moderating for us because he's one of our buds. And yes, I do have an Instagram, and it's things that you will never see on YouTube. So if you would like to go check it out, you can find me at The Real Chickanic, or on, I think you put a link there. Oh, no, that's the lawnmower lady. Oh. I think you put the wish list for Stella on there, but that's cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
Go buy Stella some stuff too. But yeah, find out our Instagram at The Real Chickanic. I don't know why it wouldn't let me put Chickanic. I guess somebody already had that name, even though I've had it for like Eva, but I didn't get to watch Steve's video yet on the red armor cleaning the pistons and exhaust on a Stihl blower. I saw it, but I haven't been able to watch it yet. But I did watch Mower Medics on the Stihl Moto Mix, and that it helped that. So how did it turn out? Leave me a comment. Do you have a parts person? You are looking at her. But I also have another lady that I work with, and she is the parts guru. Like, seriously, if she can't find it for you, you will not ever find it, period. I mean, I am so lucky. She's my biff, my girl. So we both look things up, but no, there's times I'm lost and can't do it without her. Let's see. George, if we had an errands in, I could do a belt video, but we don't ever just see that many of them here. I don't know.
I think I have one, but I'm not sure which deck you have. I think that's a guy at the shop who is slowly paying off his mower.
What
It's
about
been
it?
there for months. He's
got
like,
the new engine?
No, he didn't get the new engine. I got a new carburetor is what he got on that Kohler 20 horsepower. It's an Aaron's.
Yeah.
It's an AYP Aaron's. So it's like a Husqvarna, but I can't remember which deck it has, and I wouldn't. There's 3 different decks that I can think of right offhand on those, and I don't know which one it is.
Greg Blaha, hello to you. Thank you. R1B1, thank you for watching. Crow Mags 1120. I still have to laugh at the video where your fly was down. You have no idea how much we had to cut out that actually showed my underwear.
Man, 17. I live in Glen Roge's area.
Glen Roge's, yeah.
That's where my brother lives. My brother, I've got a brother.
He lives in
I've
Glen
got
Roge's
4 brothers.
too. It's Glen
Yeah,
Roge's.
and he's a professor at university in Arkadelphia, and his wife is a teacher at Glen Rose. So.
Yeah. Yeah, Hanioki, that's why I'm doing it, for everybody that lives far away and can't come see me. Rick Fillion, don't you like those jobs that come in after the owner has tried to self-repair with parts missing? Speaking of, Ron had a writer in, and this has been like that movie, The Money Pit, when you fix one thing and then another thing breaks. So the guy came in and he did, I don't know what.
The guy came in and he said it won't start.
Yeah.
And that's what the ticket said, won't start.
That's all we got.
By the time I got it, it said no battery, because there was no battery in the rider. It's an older Troy-Bilt Bronco, is what the machine is. So the crankcase was absolutely full of gas. The gas was orange. And so we completely redid the carburetor. It was an older Walbro carburetor on a Intech Briggs engine. Put a battery in it, serviced it, put it out.
He brings it back.
He brought it back. Well,
saying it's not keeping a charge.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I told you it wasn't keeping a charge the first time I dropped out. No, we have the ticket.
Yeah, and it said it didn't even have a battery. So
yeah,
we go through, and sure enough, the stator wasn't functioning. Actually, the stator was functioning. The diode in it was blown, but I had another engine sitting right outside, right next to it, that another Briggs Intech engine. So I just pulled the stator off of that one and put it on, and that was okay. And then I went to start it, and it started, and it ran for a second, and I kept smelling all of this wire burning. I'm like, I don't know what's going on. I shut it off. It would never restart again. So we finally get in touch with the guy again, and we ask him, what's up with this mower? He's like, oh, I don't know. It was sitting out in my dad's backyard.
He gave it to me.
He gave it to me.
I don't know.
We're like, okay. So I got into it and looked at, somebody had actually wired the ground wire to the starter wire. So every time you hit the key, it was melting down the negative cable and blowing fuses, but they had put in a different fuse link instead of using the fuse that was already in there. And so we had to take all that apart, and we put it all back together.
Using another mower that we had.
Yeah.
To make it not so expensive on the guy, because it needed like wiring harness stuff.
Yeah. We went and
took it off another mower.
Took it off another mower, put it on this one. We hit the key and started up, and the camshaft failed. And it, like, you got to be kidding me. So I was like, that's it. I'm done. I'm done with this. And that's what happens. That's why I don't work on older mowers, because people bring 20-year-old mowers and they say, yeah, it runs. We were just running it. And the truth is that their uncle or their dad or their sister or something said, you can have that mower in the backyard if you can get it running. And they don't understand it's going to be $600-700 to do that.
Yeah, but you forgot to tell them that the exhaust was loose, like.
Somebody had been in the head. We thought it was popping. We thought it may have been blown head gasket, and so I went to take the exhaust off, and the exhaust manifold bolts were loose, and then I got into the head, and the head 3-4 of the head bolts were loose. I was like, well, somebody's had this head off before. Sure enough, we take it off, and it had a brand new on it, and
we hate when people have messed with stuff before they bring it in. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
That was a long explanation.
That was a long explanation.
Oh, we've been on for almost 2 hours.
Yes.
Thank you all so much.
Oh, don't you like the job? So yeah, we got 351 likes. If you haven't hit that like button yet, please do it. That would be awesome of you. And if you can't comment yet, it's probably because you got to be a subscriber for 10 minutes. Just letting you know. So yeah, my cousin or other family for sure. What about an old school Dixie chopper?
Dixie chopper makes good mowers.
Yeah, we didn't see that many because there was only one store that sold them.
Yeah, we don't see them a lot around here. Some of them do have Generac motors on them. Some of the Dixie choppers, they use Generac motors. Some of the Generac, those big engines are really good. So.
All right, we got about 5 more minutes before we head out. Any more questions? Did they close Hot Springs Sutherland's? They closed ours in Benton. No.
No, it hasn't. Not that we know of. I haven't heard about it closing. We were there buying plants earlier in the year.
Yeah. Which we won't do again.
Well, we might.
Well, they had this sale for like 88 cents for little 4 packs of plants. So, of course, I stocked up. And they were already all root bound, and none of them grew really good.
Well, the wax plants did.
Wax plants are indestructible, though.
Oh, okay. You also planted everything underneath the elephant ears. So.
That is true. They were shaded a little. So, all right. I think it's him. Thank you, William. It is crazy. We're at what, almost 34,000 subscribers now?
Yeah.
That's awesome. I mean, but I don't know if y'all know where anything came from, because if you look at my stuff, it looks like I've been doing it for a long time, but I have not. We've really only been doing this since May.
Yeah, I think we have 32 videos.
Yeah, so I started this channel years ago in 2017. I started the Chickanic channel on YouTube, and I was sitting at work by myself, and I just made a stupid little video, and you can go back and see it. It's like 50 something seconds long, and I'm just making fun of myself and sort of fun of customers. And so did that, and then I didn't do anything forever. And then the year before last, the end of 2018 or 19?
2019.
The end of 2019. It was wintertime. I got slow and decided to make some videos. And I think I made 3 videos. And then our house got struck by lightning on January 11th. And then the whole COVID thing happened. And we, in 2020, right?
Yes.
And so we got busy at the shop because we could still be open, unlike a lot of other places. So people were staying home. A lot more people were breaking their things. And so we were just slammed. So I didn't make any videos. And then all of a sudden I look at the channel in May, and that one video had blown up, and I'm like,
it's got like 60,000 views out of nowhere.
Yeah. So I was like, whoa, I guess I need to make another video. And so we've been trying to pump one out or 2 every week since May. Yeah. And so I've only been doing this for a little bit. I'm still winging it, you know.
Yeah, we don't know what we're doing.
We don't know what we're doing.
We don't really know what we're doing in business either.
Yeah, you just
show up. You just gotta show up and work.
Let's see. Thank you. Oh, Grease Scotsman, I just saw you in here. Thank you. You're always awesome. Thank you so much for all your nice comments and support. All right, Small Engine DIY, you have a great night. Got a couple more videos. Thanks, Tony M. Yes, Peter, it was interesting how much business perked up. It was crazy. See you later, Stella. Fastest mower challenge. Mower medic. What are we talking about here? What you got? Have I missed something? You got a race?
It's supposed to be a, what do they call that hustler? Like the super drive or something like that. I think it's 17 or 19 miles an hour. I think ours is 15. I think that Super Z is 15 miles an hour. I know that Skag has a 17 mile an hour mower. It kind of depends on your engines, though. I mean, so.
All right, so we're gonna head out. We gotta work in the morning. Thank you all so much for hanging out with us. Like William said, find us on Instagram or Facebook. Yes, we do have a rock band. If you want to check that out too, the name of it is Hooker Red. So thank y'all.
Maybe she'll let me come back another time.
Yeah, I guess y'all are stuck with him too now.
Okay.
So
yeah. Thank y'all so much.
You didn't scare away too many people. So thank y'all. Have a good night.
I can try. Good night, y'all.